From the very first moment Meghan Markle stepped into the royal spotlight, you could tell she wasn't here to play by anyone's rules. That wedding day, supposed to be magical, unifying, and oh so perfect, turned into a showcase of red flags. And trust me, the signs weren't subtle. Meghan didn't want to blend in. She wanted to rewrite the royal story on her own terms. And wow, the drama? Off the charts. Wait until you hear the 7th one, because that's when her true colors screamed louder than the church bells. Let's start with the jaw-dropper everyone still talks about. Meghan was literally caught on camera swatting away the hand of an elderly royal aide who was only trying to help her. Picture this. Her heel gets caught, the aide leans in with the softest, most respectful gesture, ready to assist. For a split second, it looked like the perfect royal moment. Then bam! Meghan smacks his hand away like he was beneath her. And that glare she gave him? Icy. The poor man's expression said everything. Shock, humiliation, disbelief, all in front of the entire world. He tried to help, and she turned his kindness into embarrassment. Meanwhile, Meghan strutted off, cool as ice, as if nothing happened. Who does that on their wedding day? I need some help getting out. I got my dress caught in my heel. Get your hands off of me, you fool. And just when you thought it couldn't get more controlling, oh, it did. Instead of basking in love and joy, Meghan reportedly stormed behind the scenes to scold staff about the food. Yes, the food. On her wedding day. She apparently raged that it wasn't vegan enough, claiming she could taste egg in one of the dishes. Staff were stunned. This wasn't about food. This was about control. If she could snap over a menu, just imagine what happened when the cameras weren't rolling. But it didn't stop there. Tradition says that brides respectfully show their wedding gown to the queen beforehand. It's not just courtesy, it's royal protocol, especially since the queen was paying for that gown. But Meghan? Oh no, she refused. She kept her dress a total secret until the big reveal. When the queen finally saw her walking down the aisle, she was reportedly unimpressed, so much so that she even whispered to close associates that the gown looked too white for a divorcee.
I think it's sort of vaginal, isn't it? You're very pure and you haven't had lots of affairs or been married before or anything like that. And I think it's for the first marriage that you have as well, and I think she didn't like it.
That bold move sent a clear, loud message. Meghan was doing things her way, and not even the queen herself could stop her. And wait for this one. St. George's Chapel, centuries of history, tradition, and sacred legacy. You'd think a royal bride would be honored, but Meghan, she complained about the smell. Yes, the smell. She demanded staff spray air fresheners throughout the chapel to mask what she called the old royal odor. Staff were fuming. To them, this wasn't just rude, it was insulting. She wasn't just rejecting a scent, she was rejecting the very institution she was marrying into. But perhaps the most jaw-dropping insult came with the seating arrangements. Normally, senior royals sit front and center. It's hierarchy, it's respect. But Meghan tore up the rule book and instead gave prime front row seats to her Hollywood pals. Actors, TV hosts, celebrity friends. Some royals who should have been front and center, shoved further back. That wasn't just poor taste, it was a slap in the face to the family she was supposed to join. Meghan's loyalty, loud and clear, wasn't with the Windsors. It was with Hollywood. And don't get me started on the guest list. Meghan's influence was everywhere. Reports say she pushed Harry to cut certain royals and even his closest military buddies from Afghanistan. These were men who had his back through war, men who literally risked their lives with him. And yet, they were snubbed. Even Harry's best friend wasn't invited, reportedly because he dared to say Harry had changed after meeting Meghan. Coincidence? Or Meghan pulling the strings? Either way, Harry let it happen, so the blame wasn't hers alone. Then came the children. Oh, the drama with the kids. Insiders claim Meghan had no patience for them. She was even caught on camera giving little Princess Charlotte a death glare as the child walked past her in the chapel. And behind the scenes, it was worse. Parents of the bridesmaids complained that the shoes hurt their kids' feet and begged to let them wear socks or tights. But Meghan flat out refused. No exceptions. It went so far that Charlotte was pulled from dress fittings altogether. The seamstresses had to use another child's measurements, which is why Charlotte's dress didn't fit right on the big day. Cold, calculated, and unnecessary. Weddings usually bring families closer, right? Not this one. Meghan's own family was iced out completely, except for her mother, Doria. No father, no siblings, no cousins. She walked into that global spotlight alone. To the world, it looked cold, detached, and deliberate. Who cuts out their entire family from their own wedding? Meghan did. Wedding? It seemed like she was ashamed of her past, determined to erase it. If she could cut off her own blood that easily, what chance did the royal family have once she decided they weren't useful anymore?
Allegedly burst into tears after Meghan Markle compared Princess Charlotte unfavorably to her best friend Jessica Mulroney's daughter during a bridesmaid fitting ahead of the royal wedding. Oh dear. According
And let's talk about her father. Tradition says the father walks the bride down the aisle, but Meghan's father was out of the picture and she refused to reconcile with him. Instead, Prince Charles was asked to step in and walk her halfway. Yes, halfway. Why? Because Meghan insisted on making the first part of the walk solo. Insiders whispered that it was all ego, a statement that she didn't need anyone's help. She wanted to prove she had power. So here's another move that raised eyebrows and had critics whispering for months. Meghan insisted on including forget-me-nots in her bridal bouquet. Sweet? Maybe on the surface. Because those flowers just happened to be Princess Diana's favorite. On camera, it looked like a touching tribute, a way to honor Harry's late mother. But behind the curtain, not so simple. Reports flew that Meghan clashed with the florist about this demand, and many believed it wasn't really about Diana at all. It felt more like Meghan hijacking Diana's memory, weaving it into her own narrative, ensuring the public linked her forever with the beloved people's princess. Critics accused her of milking sympathy, turning sentiment into strategy. What was sold to the world as a fairy tale wedding quickly unraveled into a parade of warning signs. Meghan's choices, each bold, each unapologetic, painted a picture of someone less interested in tradition and more obsessed with control, power, and image. From shoving away an aide's helping hand to staging her walk down the aisle as a symbol of independence, she was scripting her story in real time. Think about it. She cut her own family out completely. She sidelined Harry's loyal friends. She gave Hollywood pals priority over royals. She even dared to insult the Queen by hiding her gown and then filling a sacred chapel with air freshener. These weren't just small quirks or misunderstandings. They were red flags flashing one after the other. So tell me, out of these 10 shocking red flags, which one screams the loudest to you? Was it the hand slap, the Hollywood seating, the rejection of her own family? Or maybe that icy glare at little Princess Charlotte? Meghan's wedding might have been dressed up as a royal fairy tale, but peel back the glitter and you'll see the cracks, the tension, and the power plays. It wasn't just a wedding, it was a warning. So, spill it. What do you think was Meghan's biggest wedding scandal? Drop it in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explosive stories. This isn't the end. Oh no, it's only the beginning.